I'm sure you hear the numbers in the news. Heidi Klum and Seal divorcing. He's reportedly going after half of her $70 million fortune. Madonna hands over $92 million to ex-husband Guy Ritchie, plus real estate. Arnold Schwarzenegger admits an affair, and now Maria Shriver is set to get hundreds of millions in their divorce. The headlines from Hollywood can be ugly, but it can also get ugly for non-Hollywood stars. Here to tell us how to solve divorce amicably is Bill Donahue of Transitions Mediation Center. Hey, Bill, good to see you.
Thank you.
Over the years, back in the day, the saying was that half of all marriages end in divorce. Is that true? Does that still hold true?
It is still largely
Really?
true. Yeah, it is.
The stats prove it. Still proving it.
Yeah, and there's no evidence that that's going to change significantly over time. So.
Isn't that something? The bill says it doesn't take lawyers and a ton of money to come to a divorce agreement. Talk about mediation. How's it work?
Well, what mediation is, I work with both spouses together. So immediately that eliminates one half of the conflict. So I work with them. Mediation is a process that helps people resolve any conflict. We have international mediation. We have workplace mediation. We apply those principles to the divorce process. And I sit down with the couple. I explain the law to them so that they understand what their rights and obligations are. I help them organize their finances, and then I help them resolve the divorce. For most of my clients, it takes between 6 and 10 hours to do that.
So are mediators lawyers as well?
Many are, but many are not. If you use a mediator who's not an attorney, it's important that they be trained thoroughly in the law, because they need to explain the law to their clients. And most non-lawyer mediators are trained.
Okay, so they come from a variety of backgrounds then?
It's mostly lawyers and mental health professionals.
Oh, really?
Are the two, yeah. Psychologists.
Who do you work with more? Is this mostly for contentious clients, going at it?
Well, it's funny, there's a myth about mediation that people have to be amicable before they come to the process. People will say to me all the time, oh, this would never work, we can't talk to each other. But it's those people who most need mediation, because they're the ones that tear each other apart in the litigation system and run up bills of $50, $75, $100,000 and come out of the divorce hating each other. If they do it in mediation, one of the main things we talk about is communication. They come out of the divorce not amicable necessarily, but with less animosity than the litigation system tends to create. It also preserves the money that they need going forward, and it's especially important if they have kids, because they're going to be parents for the rest of their lives.
Speaking of money, just about out of time, you mentioned earlier when we were talking before the show, it costs considerably less. Considerably less.
It costs a third to a fifth as much. Most of my divorce clients, when I work with them as an attorney, spend between $10,000 and $20,000 per person. Most of my mediation couples altogether spend between $3,000 and $5,000. So it's an enormous savings in money.
Thank you for coming in with the insight.
Thank you.
We appreciate
My pleasure.
you. So while we certainly hope that you don't need this service, if you are looking into divorce and you might want to think about mediation, we have more information on Transitions Mediation Service on our website, cbsphilly.com. Just click on Talk Philly. Here's Kate now with you for